Hello, 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 and welcome back to Global Farmer. We are back back near Bertrange in Luxembourg. So yesterday we left off just as we got everything planted. So in 2029, we went with crops that seemed to suit the fields better rather than going for the contracts. We're doing the exact same thing again this year in 2030. But we've changed the crops around, so what was on one field is a different crop this year. So we're going to kind of carry on. We're going to keep an eye on our fields, because what we're trying to do is make sure that we've got the highest possible health value, which is in the green. So far we are doing okay. Quite why the apple... I think the apple must not be seeded yet. No? Must be. That's odd. Why is it showing 0%? Maybe it just needs to update, so let's go. Oh, it's probably doing an action. We're probably... What are we doing? No? Interesting. Weird how that's not updated. But oh, it's planned. We haven't no? Weird. Weird. Seen that before. But there we go. That's okay. There have been a few things where you load up a save game and some of the statuses don't quite look right until they like themselves. We have some sheep who are grazing out in the pasture. We've got a secondary pasture up here. We have some chickens who are split across two pastures right now. And they seem to be doing well as well. So we did increase the number of chickens towards the end of 2029. We haven't gone with cows. Someone asked about that yesterday. The reason we haven't gone with cows yet is because it's very expensive. We look at building cows. It is 180,000 compared to 75,000 for sheep and 56,000 for chickens. Sheep is part of the tutorial, so you kind of, if you follow the tutorial steps, you will build the sheep pen anyway. So, yeah. So there we go. So why have we got things going on here? Can we... But no crop damage going on. Interesting. We'll figure it out. It'll all come to light at the end, won't it? So there we go. So we're just going to keep firing forward. What we got? What's coming up first? Probably the canola. Another question that came up yesterday is, why are you doing grain crops when you don't have a combine harvester? Well, because I'm doing it on small fields. I'm not doing a field this size that's like 23 hectares and not having a combine. That would just be, that would be insane, for lack of a better term. So let's just have a look around, see what other fields we've got. There's a lot of... Asparagus is not doing very well. I mean, asparagus is really heavily features in the but it really is not supported by a lot of the fields in this area due to the difference of the soil composition. That's the word I'm looking for. Composition of the soil. So, or the pH value. See, so 37% difference on the sand. It's about the best I've seen in terms of that potentially, although it's still very low match. See, that gives you a nice 84%, but that still really isn't good. But there we go. So, and yeah, so for anyone that has been following the game, I believe it's coming out around about noon-ish. So it was saying, maybe it's slightly after that, saying about 5 hours on Steam a little while ago, which So it'll be sometime this afternoon that the game drops. Don't know what the price point is yet. I haven't seen information on that myself. But it's definitely worth a look. Definitely worth a look. As long as you accept this is early access. So you're going to find some things probably, but I haven't found anything that has come close to spoiling my enjoyment of the game. I tend to be a bit forgiving, so bear that in mind. But yeah, I'm certainly enjoying it. So that's not a bad field. 290,000, 5 hectares. Would that be the biggest field? Yeah, because that's 3.13. So if we go to 5 hectares, that's going to be the next step up, most likely. I'm literally just trying to look for other fields that we could expand into next. Not that we're going to do that this year, but we may well do next year. So we're going to whack some nitrogen on there quickly, because we've still got some days left. We're keeping an eye on this. So this one doesn't even act like it's planted. This acts like it's been harvested and the crop's not growing. But we'll keep an eye. That one needs some nitrogen as well. And also needs some weederizations. So we'll get those done. This one needs some nitrogen. And we'll need weeding shortly. This one needs watering. So let's irrigate that one. So keep an eye on these things, just to make the crops the best that they can be. You see, because we're not even... I might trigger something on this field just to see if we can kick it into... Let's trigger irrigation for now. See if we can kick that field into touch, just a smidge. So that's now doing its nitrogen. Weeds are at 7%. That one is at 9%, so we need some weeds going on there. They seem to take damage from the weeds if they get about 10% or thereabouts-ish. So it's
All
good to keep an eye.
Impact.
Good to keep an eye on that. Let's... And again, you're spending lots of little bits of money just to tickle the fields. Just a smidge. But the yields, when the crop health goes down, the yields do drop quite quickly. So, at least in my experience. So, but there we go. Let's keep an eye on you. Let's do that. Okay, so that still hasn't kicked that one. Interesting. I'll have to see what happens there. I'm confused. I am very confused. But there we go. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last time. Okay. Go. That one's probably going to need some potassium shortly. Oh, it needs phosphorus first. That one needs some irrigation. So we tickle the fields. You see, because it's not drawing any nutrients. I'm really worried that this crop is not growing. So... yeah, it's the phosphorus that's going on there. Probably want some potassium to go on very shortly. So we'll schedule that. For our onions, canola is coming in 13 days. compound needs irrigation as well. Okay. So just keep tickling things along. The sheep tend to take care of themselves now. They just alternate between the two pastures while one's recovering, the other one's feeding them. At least whilst the temperatures are good. Otherwise, we've got food in storage for them. So you can see we're making plenty of wool, which will make us a lot of money. New wool could be so profitable. So let's... One... Yeah, we need to irrigate that. Snipe. Oh, that one needs a little bit of wool, so we'll just do an NPK on that. Save, just keep going over it. So we're not millionaires yet. We want to get there. We really do. But we've got to speculate to accumulate, as they say. But we're not getting... The loans we're getting are just in the tens of thousands range, not the hundreds of thousands range. So we're not... our expansion is hampered by making capital. So that's what we're working on at the minute. But it is intended to be not a you play 1 year and you're done. You got to play probably 100 years to get a really, really good result, I would imagine. But that's fine. You've got your fasty forwardy buttons. So we're coming up for the canola harvest. That won't be too far away. Still want to see what happens with these apples. Because either we're going to get apple crop or we're not. And if we're not, that's going to be a real shame, because that was a field that we were really interested in, because we had apples here last year. And we made, I think it was 40 to 50,000. And I was looking to see what a field of this size would make for apples. So we'll see. Got 2 chances. So. Seeds are getting up to 6%. It's fine for now. Potassium, give that a little zhuzh. Give that a tickle as well. So, we can get rid of our messages now. So we're officially in July. Well, end of July. Wow. Canola harvest is coming up. See what we yield. We're expecting to get... It says 3 tons there, but it also then says silo 8.8 tons out of 18 tons. Okay. I don't know. We'll find it out. We're probably going to sell it anyway, because the canola... we might try and keep the oats for the chickens, because we've now got more chickens. So, but we will look to see how much the oats are worth. So, I haven't seen anything where the crops actually expire as yet, although I wouldn't imagine that that's not probably going to be coming in the future. I expect that will happen at some point, because it just makes sense that it would, but you've got to get the game functional first. Here we go. Canola harvest is coming in. Despite the thunderstorm, we're still gonna harvest. Doing our special little harvesty dance. Sunshine and in rain. Despite leg and back pain, our little harvesters harvest. Dump, 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 dump. There we go. So that's good. So that got us expected just over 3 tons of canola. So let's go see what we get for that. 12,000. Thank you very, very much. So now we're going to plant ryegrass to regenerate the field. And we're just going to forward a day and confirm, because it doesn't really require a whole bunch of effort on our part. And then we'll be looking for the onion harvest. The good thing with the ryegrass is it should be relatively simple. Oh, that was the animals. So we've paid our animal fees. Got our money from the canola harvest. I actually forget if that's how much was forecast to be for that. But who knows? Who knows? I can't remember. I can't remember what happened 24 hours ago. Just be silly. Okay, so still doing okay there. Doing okay there. Need some irrigation there. Okay. Unfortunately, obviously, you got the color change to deep yellow, as it were, which gives you just the warning sign of where you need to focus your attention as you kind of browse through your fields. The things that you can't change are the pH and the sand, silt, clay. So if you get a mismatch on those with the crop, you're basically taking the hit and you're taking the damage to the crop all the way through the growing season. You're not going to prevent it. And that's why I was looking around the fields to see if I could get something that for the asparagus matched a bit better and would not cause such concerns. I'm reliably told that asparagus is a very fussy crop in real life as well as in the game, so yes, so that's good fun. A little bit of challenge just to keep things interesting. So still doing okay here, still doing okay here. So 4 days away from the onion harvest. So yeah, so this, obviously, the game launches today. So I'm going to carry on. I've been playing the game since Thursday evening. So I will be carrying on through this week, just doing some daytime streams and maintaining my normal evening stream schedule. So yeah, because I'm enjoying it. That's the simplest reason. I'm enjoying the game. So that might be a good field for asparagus. We'll see. Obviously, that's the one thing I have noted again. The crop, we have got a smaller contract here, so this one actually would be doable for us. But we've got some really heavy crops, and just the 10,000 asparagus with the fields we've got, we couldn't manage it because we had almost this exact contract 2 game years ago. We failed it. We completely failed it. So, well, I say we completely failed it. We were, I think, 7,000 asparagus. So we just we're not even really particularly close. But this 3,000 carrots and 800 lettuce, that would totally be doable. But we didn't see it. So, and we were focused on this. I'd given up on the contracts a little bit. So we might go back to doing contracts again next year, because you do get some better rewards for that. So we'll keep an eye. Okay, so onion harvest has started. Yay! We've got a tractor-based harvester for that. Again, largely because the tutorial required that we do it. Okay, so what have we got coming up? We've got that in 14 days. So if we plant the ryegrass now on here, just to help recover it, it will not be a worry. Okay. And of course, the ryegrass doubles as feed for our sheep. So we'll be considering, depending upon how this year goes, we might be increasing the number of sheep as well, which means we probably need to buy another field for pasture. So considering doubling the number of sheep, because we do get some good money out of them, out of that wool. So there we go. So we've got next up, I think, is going to be, no, not that one. That's 120 days. So it should be the zucchini. No, it's going to be the apples. Or is it? Soon find out. Sorry about that. If you heard the dog, throttle him. Wilson, that's enough. Come and lie down. Yeah. He has a habit of barking at anything that moves within about a radius of 300 miles. That's just dogs, really, isn't it? So. Well done, good boy. You stay there and calm down. So we, as you can see here, we've got the mismatch of silt, clay, and sand. And we're taking the damage to the crop, but it doesn't matter because it's the ryegrass, and we're not worried about the yield value so much, but it helps to regenerate the soil and so forth. Means we don't have to spend as much money on the NPK. Still irrigate that though. It helps to regenerate those values. Doodly-doo. 7 days to harvest according to that. That's 10 days away, so yeah. Should be the, if we're lucky, we should get the things of stuffness. The apples. So that's the one I'm really, really, truly... Oh, we didn't sell the onions yet. Let's look. Onions. 11,000. Thank you very much. Don't mind if we do. I tend to sell the woolen eggs twice. I sell them once at the end of the growing season and then once at the very end of the year, so we kind of get our profit and loss for the year about right. That's the theory, anyway. That's the routine I've fallen into. At one point, I did want this field, but it's got 29% difference in the sand for asparagus. So it's got differences in clay, sand, silt. So it hasn't got the right soil combination for any of the crops that we're looking at. So I think that field's just it could be a pasture. That could be a use for it. But at 315,000 squidoodles, yeah, maybe not. That's an expensive pasture until we get a lot more money coming in. 2 days. Shall see. Roof will be kind of, yeah, inbound or not, shortly. Slightly disconcerting that we don't have the status. It is showing harvesting now, but it's showing harvesting as though it's the seedbed preparation. So I am actually going to just do that. Apple field shows as harvesting, but animation is seedbed preparation. After loading game from save, loading a save game. Cool. Show growing statuses. Status. For any indication of source consumption at scheduled. Spell scheduled. Time of harvest. The information for seedbed that was triggered as per screenshot. Actually spell harvesting as well. Okay, let's pop that one in. It's attaching the save game and the log file, so hopefully that will help the developers to understand what's going on there. To be honest, I'm not quite sure. We're going to wait and see. Now it's changed. So now it's showing as though you've got the fruit on the trees, even though we're getting the seedbed animation. So it's obviously gone a little bit skew-if. So something in the statuses hasn't worked too well. But we're going to see. It's still showing harvesting, so we're going to see what we get out of it. I just wish I could see the bug reports I've already submitted and like add additional information into it as well, because I really would like to do that. So we're starting to harvest also the zucchini, but that's working absolutely A-OK, as you would expect it to. Still, we've got some irrigation to do, and we'll get some nitrogen on there as well shortly. We've only got one person harvesting. We did get two. We did get two to plant, but there we go. Now let's... that's just doing that. So you can see the 93%, we're definitely feeling the effects of the soil mismatch, and we cannot stop it. At least not yet. I don't know if there's any plans to be able to try and adjust soil composition, or at least pH. But who knows? We'll find out. We'll find out. It's a journey. It's a journey together. So zucchini, we got 3 tons of zucchini. I think that's about roughly what we would have expected from that field. And that's going to be 28,000, nearly 29,000. So that's good. It's helpful. Particularly if we don't get money from this field. But I think it might just be it's confused itself on the animations. But we'll see. Because it has everything said harvesting. The notification said harvesting. The status says it's harvesting. But yeah. Stand by. We'll find out. So that one's coming up. This one, let's throw the ryegrass on. Let's throw in an optional cultivation, which should take care of the weeds. And confirm. Cultivation and ploughing help take care of the weeds in advance of you planting a new crop. Save a little bit of pesticide costs. So what we'll see now is once that's done, that weed percentage should go down to 0 because the cultivation, I think, takes care of 20%. Ploughing takes care of 50%. So there we go. Down to 0. Approaching the end of this one. 13 out of 15 progress. Bum, 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 bum. Now seeding. Excellent. It's all going to be done plenty in advance. No need to worry about the oat field. So there we can see. Okay. So we got 4.2 tons of apples. So we did get apples. Excellent. So it was just an animation issue. Again, all of the issues I've seen have been kind of cosmetic, not really game breaking. So let's see what we're going to get for our apples. 74,000 squidoodles. That's where we're talking about. Because the apples were... Well, this field was zucchini last year, and this field was apples, and this... They got a similar-ish value. They were within 10,000. I think that was... like 56,000. This was like 65,000 or similar-ish. So I was banking that we'd get more from apples on this one, and I was right. Let me do a lettuce crop this late in the year with 97%. Let's give it a go. We can get a lettuce crop off of there as well, and still get 97% fit. I'm game. So I'm not sure I believe it, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. Yeah, so it's what's going on? What's going on? Just want to see what the estimated crop yield is going to be. Imagining 2.5, 3 tons maybe? I don't know. Oh, 5 tons. 5 tons. Could be good. Could be good. Obviously, we're probably going to get into the realms of sunlight issues, which is another issue you can't control other than by time of when you plant stuff. I guess it's growing, that's fine. Growing of oats is good. 7 days. Let's give it a nitrogen zhuzh and a weed zhuzh. Lettuce is growing. Excellent. Could be interesting. Dum ba dum bum. Okay. Do. So yeah, so that should keep the crop health there. The oats, nice. Lettuces. They use a lot of water, so we might be benefiting from the rain. Got feed there. Let's get rid of that. Feed there. We'll get rid of that shortly. So it's just those 2 fields for the minute. And you see the green arrows. Some crops do double green arrows, so you kind of some crops really generate weeds very fast, and others, like the apples, generate them really slow, if at all. So it's lots of little tickles and little things. Sheep are going probably to go back up to here. No, maybe not. Probably going to end up being inside because they're about to run out of grass on the pasture. Chickens are doing all right. They might last until it's time to come in because of the cold. Sheep have gobbled it all away. Okay, so that's done.
All hands brace for impact.
Yeah, that's a warning for those of you on Twitch that the adverts are about a couple of minutes away now. Hopefully it's just one of those little indented ones. So we're now harvesting our oats. Again, this crop we're probably going to look to keep hold of for the moment. Because we've got more chickens, so we don't know how much they're going to eat during the winter. So we're going to keep hold of that and just see how...
Pat, I got a bigger tractor and it's articulated. I'm going to smack you with this.
Evasive maneuvers, gamma sequence, Ensign.
Oh, and did I mention it's a faster tractor too?
In the left corner we have Fadman, and in the right corner we have Hitman.
Plus I can turn sharper.
Hello, group, and thank you for the random dirt video. I hope you're well today. So, guess we're just playing some Global Farmer. Okay, so we've got 4.4 tons of oats. Let's see what they would be worth. We're not going to sell them, so they'd be worth 21,000. But we're going to hang on to them.
To get home.
Rue is just trying to get home, back from a spoon's breakfast. So what more can you say? Ah, so a good morning then. Well done. So we're just, like I said, we're in 2030. So we've been playing, the game started for us in like January 2025. So we've got 5 game years through this save game. So we're going to plant the ryegrass on here, I think, just to help the field recover, and it maximizes the food that we've got for the sheep. Particularly if we're going to be getting more sheep. I had to go to Iceland to buy pizza, so thought if you go that far, you might as well go to Spoons. Well, there's a logic there, bro. Definitely. So. So yeah, so like I said, this game is coming out later today. still don't know. Still haven't seen a price point on it, but as I've said over the last few days, I've been thoroughly enjoying playing it. So that's why I'm carrying on and actually doing some daytime streams for a change. You've been lurking on the last few streams, cool. So, like I say, not sure if you've developed any thoughts, Brew, or if you've kind of had any questions. I mean, it's not the same as Farm Sim. Obviously, it's a farm management game, so it's closer to Farm Manager, but it's got some very big differences to that as well. So yeah, no, it's interested to see how we get on with this lettuce crop. So we're getting the NPK going down, we're getting the weeds coming up. Keeping an eye. I'm not going to take an action just yet. We're only 18 days into the growing cycle. We're about to harvest ryegrass over here and then leave the field for next year. Because, as we can now see, the field is now perfectly ready for us for next year. And we'll see the same thing here. And again here, maybe not with so much with the soil moisture, but that's fine. And again here, so it's a nice recovery crop is the ryegrass. Here you go, we can see harvesting dance, harvesting dance. I was going to go and lurk in a stream yesterday afternoon, but I remembered that the particular person that I was going to lurk in has their bot call out. If you just show up and lurk, it says, "Oh, so and so's arrived." And it's going, "No, I haven't arrived. I'm just lurking. Just leave me alone." So yeah, so it's all good fun. So how's your kind of? I know you've been doing a farewell to Farm Sim 22 series. How's that going for you, Brew? I think we're all looking forward to 25, which is now just over a month away, a month and 5 days. So that's pretty good. Oh, not great. Davey's not been about, so got to wait. Ah, that's not so fantastic, but that is a difficulty when you're kind of doing some multiplayer stuff. But not to say that you shouldn't do multiplayer stuff, because it's still fun. So right, let's see how we're doing. Okay, we're going to NPK this, and then we're going to weed spray it. Keep those lettuces growing. You have Transport Fever to keep going. Actually, funnily enough, that's I'm going to start the achievement hunting on Transport Fever in my afternoon stream today. So I'll be going after the trying to complete all the achievements to kind of close the game out in my head. So I did the campaign missions kind of already, but so what's it? You have too many mods. Ah, yeah. Yes, they do put the kibosh on achievements. Takes 30 minutes for your save game to load up. Wow, that is a special kind of dedication to modded gameplay. But it's all good. So how are we doing? We are doing fine. So we've got that field back to good. We have over 500 mods. Wow, that is a lot. I didn't even know there were that many mods for Transport Fever because I have not played anything other than vanilla. Although I did say they put a new kind of update out recently, which was well received, so that's good. But that's for TF2. But yeah, some good games out there. Good games. And this looks like it's going to be one to add to the collection for me. you're talking about TF2. Okay, I'm talking about actually the first Transport Fever. So I'll be when I start this afternoon, I'll be starting with Transport Fever, which is the second in the series because you've got Train Fever. But there we go. So strange watching on YouTube and hearing me respond to Twitch chat. From here, it just looks like I'm talking to myself. It should be showing up on the screen, but it might not be legible because it's quite small. But yes, I can understand that, Luigi. But alas, that's the benefit of, or the disbenefit of, simultaneously streaming to two platforms. But just trying to make sure. Yeah, just trying to see as many people. The YouTube channel hasn't had as much love in recent years, so just trying to cure that a little bit. So we're now harvesting the ryegrass. So, but yeah, I mean, it if I look silly talking to myself, that would be no different to how I look under any normal circumstance, because very often. If people are not in the chat and talking, then I can just be here talking about what I'm doing and just talking random nonsense anyway. It's kind of what we do. So, got ryegrass, so that field's ready. So we'll be planning. I'm not going to actually plant. Last time I planned all the 2030 crops. When we were still in 2029, I'm going to save that and I'm going to do it at the beginning of 2031. So, just because I do actually want to see what the contracts are. Because if we get another contract, another smallish contract like this one, I'm going to take it just to try and move us forward, because there is an achievement for finishing 10 contracts, and I want to see if we can get just a smidge closer to it. And especially because I had kind of given some feedback that I felt that the contracts should offer a smaller contract if the dev team have responded to that, or if it was already there and I didn't know it, then I want to take advantage of that, because why wouldn't you? So, okay, so irrigation. It's just the thing to do. Okay. So like I said, if you've had this game on your wish list, from my perspective, I think it's very good. I'm a big fan of the concept. Pick a spot on the globe and play your own farm. So we're out near Bertrange in Luxembourg. Simply because I worked in that building there once upon a time. Many moons ago. So, a little bit of nostalgia, trips down memory lanes and all that. So, sheep are... Okay, they're up there, okay. It's going to start to get too cold for the sheep soon enough, I think. And the chickens... Surprised the chickens aren't already... Yeah, 12 degrees, they'll be in soon enough. Which means they'll start to be eating... eating the crops. Now, it doesn't look like they're going to... It's not showing the oats there, so maybe they don't eat the oats, which would make sense, because usually it's wheat or barley. But, in which case we'll sell the oats at the end of the year. Okay, lettuces. So that would be a good field potentially to do the carrots on if we get that contract come up again. Then maybe a couple of these fields could be lettuces. That ryegrass field's coming soon. Too cold for chickens. So be now eating it looks like it says 14 tons a day, but it's not. It's actually, I think it's like 0.14 or 0.014. So again, it's just a display issue. It still calculates it at what seems to be a rate that kind of makes sense, I suppose. So one of the other suggestions I did make was obviously when the animals are in during the winter, if you haven't prepared with crops, you don't have any feed for them. So just having the ability to buy the feed from the market, obviously at a markup, would enable you to kind of get the animal farming going. If you've derped in your planning and you haven't kind of planned for feed for them, so.
La 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 cultivator.
Hello, Big Trucker, and thank you for the 25 bits and the la 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 cultivator. I hope you're very well today. It's obviously a different time of day for me to be streaming, but we're kind of carrying on with Global Farmer in the daytime UK, and in the afternoon, evening time, I'll be carrying on with my other kind of regularly scheduled streams, shall I say. So, there we go. So, there we go. So, we're just waiting for more harvesting of ryegrass and, of course, the lettuces. Tired, getting ready for early bed. Ah, well, I hope you get a good night's rest. Obviously, it's always a challenge to make sure you're well rested. So yeah, we're starting to see, whack some NPK on that, starting to see the lack of sunshine coming in. I was fairly sure that would happen towards the end of the growing cycle. And yeah, as you can see, we're already down to 99%. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So, but we've only got 9 days left, so hopefully we'll still be in a good amount of yield for the lettuces. We started off at 5 kilos. 5 kilos, 5 tons, 5,000 kilos. Now we're down to 4.94. We'll see how rapidly it can drop when the conditions are not as expected. And then obviously we'll pop, afterwards we're going to pop some ryegrass on there. So just confirm that. So that's just how you add to an existing field. If you've got a crop on there and you want to plan the next one, you can just pop up to here and put it in with a plus, just like so. So you don't have to wait. I often do wait until the crop's finished, but you don't have to. So depends on how much of a turnaround you want to get. Obviously, then scheduling so you can get the crop at the right time to get the best sunshine, the best temperatures, and all that jazz. Yeah, so we're losing ground on this. That's what, 0.01 of a ton. So what's that? 100 kilos? No, 10 kilos in the last day or so that we've lost. No. So that's not awful. We'll keep an eye. So that's bare. Those ones are going to get done shortly. Well, that one's a bit further behind. One's a lot further behind, but that's okay. So as we approach December, we're getting ready to sell it. Oh, it didn't sell. Oh, because we started growing lettuce, I didn't sell the sheep products, the wool. But we'll get there. We'll do that. So then we'll have an accurate picture of our profit margins for 2030. Oh, we're on pause. Why do we go on pause? How did that happen? Did I press the silly button? Who knows? Okay. I think next year we also need to probably harvest some wheat, so that we continue to make a storage of wheat for our chickens. They are obviously using more now. That's good. So we've got 3,152 eggs, almost 2 tons of wool. We've been busy. It's been a busy year again. Thank you very much, Brew, for the gift subscription to Get Big Trucker. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much, Big Trucker, for the gift subscription to Brew. Apologies, I got that the wrong way around because I was trying to read off of the screen at an angle. Thank you very much, Big Trucker. Always appreciated. Brew, I hope you'll enjoy that subscription. Kind of get rid of some adverts for you. It's always nice. And Big Trucker, as always, your support is as ever appreciated. Although I don't expect it, but it's when it comes, it is valued. I'm not going to spray for weeds because it's so close to the end. Saves you using your Prime this month. Well, absolutely, you can use your Prime on something else, so that's always good. So always fun and games. Okay, so we're harvesting that. Soon be harvesting the lettuces. So we've only lost about 200 kilos of lettuce. So we did have a pretty good go of it, 96%. So it's still that's what it was forecasting at, was about 96%. So we still did very well. I was surprised we got a second crop in on that field, but I'm very glad we did. Because whatever money we're making there is going to be, well, it's extra boon for us, isn't it, really? Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. That one's going to be finished harvesting shortly. Again, the ryegrass crops I don't worry about. That's just feed for the sheep. And you can see we've got like 10 tons of that now. If we were to sell it, it wouldn't be worth excessively much. It's worth more in the realms of feed. The summer wheat is worth, but again, we need it for feed. Although the eggs don't make as much money, but we've got more chickens now, so it's fine. Hopefully that'll start to make them a little bit more worthwhile. So now still harvesting our lettuce. Excellent. 2030 has been a good year, I think. I forget where we started. But we'll see. We'll see when we get to the end of the year our profit, because we still haven't sold the wool yet. And given how we've let that rack up, I'm suspecting there'll be 100,000 squidoodles worth of wool by the time we get to the end of December. So, yes. It's going to go a bit faster again, just to get through this latter part of the year. The lettuce in. Okay, we've got lettuce. We got 4.8 tons of lettuce, as was expected. Harvesting the ryegrass, planting the ryegrass in 9 days. Excellent. We are good. So let's go to the marketplace. We're going to sell the lettuce. 38,000. I'm going to sell the oats because I don't think we're going to get anything useful for them. And I think we're okay for summer wheat. We're just going to plant some wheat next year so that we've got some feed for the chickens. We're going to wait till the end of the year because now we've got 2 tons of wool. So we're up to 539,000. So we're over 500,000, which is very good. So we're going to just keep pushing forward. We're going to get to the end of December. Watch these things happening very rapidly. And get to the end of December. I'm gonna pause it as we get there. 18, 19. Say, Merry Christmas, everybody, 2030. And I'm going to pause here. And then we're going to go to the marketplace. We're going to sell the wool. As I said, 100,000 squidoodles. We're going to sell the eggs. 6,000. Going to keep our feed, obviously. So we are up to 645,000. Which is good. So now we get to say, come along. 31st. Happy New Year 2031, everybody. So we're going to look at 2030 money-wise. So we did well. Looks like not as well as we did the prior year, but I think 2029 we'd got some crops left over from the previous year because we were trying to do a contract. So that's, if we split that out a little bit, it's more like the 300,000 that we got there. So we're being relatively consistent with the values we're getting from our crops. Our loan is going to be paid back in just over a year's time. Looks like even if we were to try and pay it back now, we'd pay back the full amount, so we wouldn't get a break on the interest. So I'm not fussing over that. So now let's look at the contracts. 1,500 of zucchini. We could definitely do that. I don't think we can do that because of the asparagus. I don't know about the tomatoes. Let's see if we can get... I'm going to accept that one. But we're going to see if we see what we get for tomatoes, how well they are liked. So we're going to try and do it, see if we get anything. Yeah, so we're not going to get a good experience with tomatoes because of lack of sunshine. It's not sunny enough for tomatoes. So I'm going to scrap that as an idea. So we will not take that one. We had a really bad experience with strawberries. They've completely failed as a crop. And asparagus is too finicky, so we're going to stick with the one contract. It's only low value, but we know we can do it. We know we can harvest that much zucchini. So let's find the sizes of our fields. That's 1.15, that's 1.55, that's 1.50. So I think this might be our zucchini field this year. See. Oh, maybe we'll see if we get a better response from any of the other fields, because that's only 93%. I want more than 93% if I can get it. does like to be later in the season. So that's still only 93%. Oh, that's because of, is that because of the weed damage? So maybe that wouldn't be a problem on that field, because that one's got the same weeds. Let's have a look on this one. This stage we're just planning. So yeah, so this one's not got the weeds, so we might do 2 fields of zucchini, because it's a good crop for money, money, money. Where did we have our zucchini last time? We had them on that field, so we won't be planting them on that field. We will be planting them on this field. Zucchini. Zucchini. It's 92%. Let's go mid-September for harvest time. Let us have 2 workers for harvest. And we're going to do the optional cultivating. If we look at the optional ploughing, it costs more. It's 95, and that's going to be cheaper than running the pesticides over to begin with. So we will do that. So yeah, so I think if we do that, we'll get a fairly good crop. So we're going to confirm that one. Lock it in. Going to put zucchini over on here as well, I think. Again, we'll just have them harvest slightly earlier in September. We will... 2 people on the... Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay. So we've got 2 people, so like harvest in 3 days. We'll cultivate just to get rid of the weeds. Okay, so we can lock that one in. So we've got 2 fields of zucchini. What are we going to plant on here? We had onions on here last time. I'm thinking we might put apples. Apples. It's going to be a good value crop. Okay, so strawberries are not a good fit. Lettuce might be not bad. Yeah, lettuce is showing pretty good. Let's get it. Oh, but we've got this. We got the silt mismatches. I don't want to deal with that. I do it. Put onions last year.
All hands brace for impact.
Let's see, carrots. We've got soil mismatches. No to carrots. Pumpkins. Too cold, lack of sunshine. So pumpkins is not going to work out well. Do. Yeah, it's on this field before. Okay, so apples is going to be a good fit for us this year on this field. And with 99%, we're going to go for it. Okay, so we'll do a optional cultivating as well. Okay, confirmed. Lock it in. So we've got zucchini, apples. This field is still growing. We're going to start to figure out what the next crop's going to be. Let's see. So apples would give us the most amount, but we already did apples last year. What's the next? Highest. Oranges. How well would oranges work? Lack of sunshine there. Yeah, So oranges, we've got a lack of sunshine issue, so nope. Do oats. It's a larger field, so we might be able to get multiple crops of lettuce. So we've got wheat damage there. But that's fine because we'll be able to sort the weeds out. So if we can plant multiple crops of lettuce, that might not be a bad thing. So we'll put the cultivating on. Do that. And we'll have 2 workers for harvest. To cut that down so we can turn it around quicker. Okay, so we're going to confirm that, and we're going to block in another lettuce crop. Do the same again. And I think, yeah, we'll get 2 lettuce crops off that. Why? Oops. Oops. Why is that so much longer? Oh, because cultivating is not going to work? So cultivating works on the first one, but not the second one. Plowing? Okay. Well, we guess we'll go without that then. Seed bed is not going to be mechanically done either. Okay. Okay, so I might hold off on that, and we'll just figure that out shortly. Obviously got conflict. Something else. What's going on in May? Okay, so should have nothing going on at that. Maybe the zucchini planting. So if we go that a little bit earlier in May, maybe we'll get that to fit. So let's go there. Lettuce. Cultivating. No, still not a happy bunny. I'm not convinced it knows what's going to be available or not. So we're going to do that afterwards. Diamondback Butts! Hello, how are you? So we just need to figure out this field. This field, I don't think we've had apples on it. What are we looking at in terms of value? Asparagus? No, because we know that's not going to work. We're going to have soil mismatches. Yep, silt mismatch. No, just no. Not dealing with it. Strawberries, I don't believe they would work very well at all. Let's have a look. So, yep, silt mismatch, nope. See what lettuces look like on here. Okay, so let's. We need zucchini, don't we? So we've got 2 fields of zucchini, so I'm not worried about that. Lettuce. Then we can possibly add a zucchini crop afterwards, maybe. Zucchini does like latter part of the year. So yes, that would still work. So we'll probably add zucchini afterwards. We'll become zucchini kings. Put the optional cultivation on. Okay. So that should get us started on that field. Okay, so we're planned. We are planned. Well, even though some of the plan hasn't been put down, because reasons of raisins, i.e. reasons of it not seeing equipment available to do it with the mechanical means. So that's the autosave. So we'll actually just do a manual save as well, just to be sure. for the start of the game. So yes. Well, I say start of the game. Start of the year. So we're starting off with 641,000. We're going to look at expanding our sheep operation, which is an 100,000 squidoodle a year operation at the moment. So for 100,000, can we get another pasture? So we'd invest 1 year's profits effectively. Can we get another pasture? We get that for 75,000. Let's build another pasture for sheep. Another barn for sheep. Even. There we go. Okay. So that's 75 grand spent. Now let's see what we can find. I don't think we're going to find anything for 25,000 for pasture-wise. Oh, no, that pasture is small, but it's 25,000. Don't think it'll support a lot, but sheep. So won't support all of them, so we will need to invest a little bit more than that. Did say about that one, but that's 300 grand, so That's 100 grand. That should. But I like that as I like the look of that as a. Oh no, maybe I don't like the look of that as a field. So 1.1 difference. We'll see. We'll see. So 0.32 hectares. It's not good. That's find something that's just really not going to be usable. Ah, this one looks really awful. So let's get that one. Make that a pasture for the sheep. Okay. So we've spent pretty much all the money we made last year. And we're going to get some sheep. So we've doubled our sheep. So hopefully that'll take us to 200,000 a year and will pay for itself inside of a year. So that would be nice. We've got plenty of feed. Oh, and we didn't plan. Oh, we needed to plan some summer wheat, didn't we? Oops. Oops. So let's see. Can we put summer wheat on here somewhere? It'll be not terrible. Lack of sunshine. So, yes, we do want to remove that crop. Actually, we've got lettuces on there. Let's cancel that lettuce. Let's cancel this lettuce and see what we can get. See if we can do the and the summer wheat on here. See what the best that we can get is. Best we're going to get is about that. Okay, so that's fine. We'll put the optional cultivation on. So that's fine. We'll put 2 workers on that. I'm going to confirm. Also going to see, can put some lettuce in beforehand. Let's see how we do that. So that's weed damage mostly, so that's fine. Covered by the. That's fine. So confirm. Yes! We made it fit. We made it fit. Yay! So we're building our calendar up. Where did we get our other? That's our other. I'll call that. Sheep everywhere. And that's another one. Woolly Barbar. It's an extra L. No, I don't know. We'll stick with that for now. I'm not even going to fret about it because it's not going to change much. We've now got 4 pastures for sheep. Good, 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 good. That's it. Slow expansion because we don't want to... If we outpace, we just run out of money. So... Okay. Let's get speedy. Most things are planting much later. Oh, that was all the monthly fees. So I think okay. We want to have a 5th worker. I think with the... No, because we've only increased the animals. We haven't increased a working field yet. So I'm going to leave that as it was. When we have another crop field, we'll probably add more workers. So we've only got to make 1,500 kilos of zucchini, which we should be able to do with just one of the 2 fields that we've planned for zucchini. So that one's going to do our summer wheat for us, and then we're going to... We might plant some zucchini on here as well. It's a good crop. Let's see what the olives... Oh, the olives! Lack of sunshine, though. Yeah, lack of sunshine. That's the big problem for the olives. That's what I was expecting, to be fair, but... So we might just do another lot of lettuce. But we'll see. We might see what the carrots come up. No carrots. Oh, there's carrots. Oh no, we got the mismatch. Soil mismatch. All I have to say to that. Just blow a raspberry. Do do do. So let's go fasty. See if our fields are... So that's harvesting that. So is that field ready? That field is ready. That field is ready. We can see we're planned for cultivation so that we don't need to worry about the weeds. Again, cultivation, don't need to worry about the weeds. And same again. Excellent. So it's just going to be this one. So it should be doing pretty well for this year. I'm going to try and get through 2031 quickly, i.e. in the next half hour-ish. See, we've got more animals, so we are using more feed. Excellent. That's what we like. So last year we produced, during pretty much the entirety of the year, just over 2 tons of wool. So I'm hoping double the sheep, double the wool. I'm half tempted to kind of have a different save game on this and just literally go heavy on the animals and just not really do much with crops at all, and see how that works out. It's all these different thoughts that occur. Okay, so that's good because we're going to cultivate, so I'm not worried about the weeds. Okay, so I think all fields are prepped and ready for the next iteration of what we're doing. Let's just keep it going in faster speed. So, weed damage showing there, but now not. It's the 92%. That's good. Okay, with lettuce, we got a little bit of sunshine lettuce, but that's fine. Because the main. Oh, we've actually got a silk mismatch. Didn't realise that. Oh well. It's only 0.1%, so that's fine. Okay, so now we're cultivating this one to put lettuce on here. Excellent. So definitely growing some more weeds there. Give that a spray. Give it an NPK. And we're going to give this one an irrigate. Still more than a month away from seeding any of the other crops. When does the reefer crop start? That's a good question. It's a good question, Diamondback. This is standard lettuce, not the devil's version. So there we go. Sanch. Fair enough. Oh dear. There we go. So keep moving forward. That one needs an NPK on it. And a weed spray as well. Little class A never hurt. Well, maybe. Although I do like the double negative there. Okay. Doing next. We weed spray that yet? No. Did we? No. We want it on fragrant field, so let's do that. so that field's good. That field's good. Those are the only ones growing anything at the moment. Keep going. Just keep growing. Just keep growing. Let those crops just keep growing. Seeding 43 days. We're seeding apples in 4 days. Learned in the cinematic masterpiece Stand and Deliver that a negative times a negative equals a positive. Okay. Okay, so we're harvesting our first crop of the year. We're now starting to seed our apples. It's getting into the busy part of the year. And this is going to be our wheat field so that we've got some more food for the chickens. I'm not excessively worried because we've still got 4 tons, but it doesn't hurt to be adequately stocked, does it? Hey. So, do. Excellent. So we keep an eye on it there. 36 days to zucchini, 42 days to zucchini. Apples going in. Lettuce ready for harvest shortly, and then we'll be figuring out a second crop on this one. I am tempted to put zucchini on there. Still showing us that it can't do machine, so we'll wait for things. Wait for things and stuffness. So, still seeding. So now we're harvesting apples at the same time that we're cultivating this field ready for summer wheat. Did we sell anything? We had lettuces. Sell 14,000 squidoodles worth of lettuce. Why not? It's progressing nicely. So we've got a lack of sunshine for 0.5%. That's not the end of the world. I am going to throw NPK on this straight away. I'm going to throw NPK on here when it's done. So, fertilization started. Okay, that's good. Fertilizing was done on that one. Perfect. That's what we want. As I say, that's only 0.5%, but it's 0.5% per day. So we'll see. But we need food. So we're starting off at 6.6 tons. If we get 4 tons out of it, I'll be happy. Can't expect a perfect yield all the time, particularly not when you're planting a crop that doesn't fit so well. So let's get this field turned. So what can we do? It's all going manual. Why are we going all manual, please? Let's go. I like that. Let us confirm. Because they move forward. Now we've got a little spinning wheel. Good morning, Badger. How are you? Sportage, does it have multiplayer? I have not seen a multiplayer mode at this time. The game is early access and it's launching later today. So I would suggest if you're interested, obviously, kind of you can put a suggestion either in the Discord for multiplayer. I don't know if they already have it planned, but yeah. So I mean, for a management game, I'm not sure how it would work, but I guess you'd probably be more like the business management games where you're competing with other people. But yeah, like I say, so not at the moment that I've seen. So. You're very welcome. I appreciate people asking questions. I mean, I can't always answer them, but that's the best answer I can give you. Badger is good, thanks. And am I well? Yes, I'm good, thank you. Just waiting for the game to come back to me. Again, if anyone does get it and you get the little spinning wheels, do just wait for the program to respond. It might just be my computer's a little bit older. But I just find with a little bit of processing, it catches up, and then we're good. So, and whilst it's doing that, I'm having a little bit of a stretch. Because why not?
All hands brace for impact.
Important to look after your back when you're playing computer games. Da-da-da. Still waiting for the game to catch up with me. Have a drink as well. There we go. The game's caught up with me. Confirm. Canola is locked. So that's good. Something different. Again. We have done canola, but we're kind of going through crops that are working on these fields. So for Badger's benefit, we've just doubled the number of sheep. So we've bought a second stable. We've bought 2 more pasture lands for the sheep. So yeah. So we're working our way through. We did 2030, and we made a nice amount of money. And we're now doing 2031. We're hoping to repeat that and also add the more sheep. So we'll, yeah, looking forward to that. So we can see the canola going in. We've got summer wheat growing over here for feeding chickens. Zucchini is our crop the year because of our contract. We did take a contract because it was a simpler contract to take care of. The other ones, again, asparagus doesn't really suit well in this region, so we're not going to be growing asparagus. Carrots we could do. The tomatoes are just completely unsuitable, and so seem to be the strawberries. So it would be, I guess, another thing if the contracts could be kind of region specific and just where you've got regions where the soil type doesn't suit particular crops, it would be, it would lean towards crops that are likely to be successful. But yeah, we are where we are. It's early days. It's early days. So, I mean, heck, the game doesn't even launch until later today. So, but and obviously, I've been putting a fair amount of feedback in terms of things that are just visual bugs, and a few suggestions in. So. I think they've got a good team of people on this. So yeah, that's where we are. So what are you getting up to today then, Badger? Are you doing anything exciting or? And Diamondback as well. I didn't ask you that question. I hope you're well today and you're not getting up to too much mischief. Oh, and Badger, I haven't done the shout out for Badger. Okay. There we go. Shout out for Badger. Diamondback hasn't slept yet. Okay, well, that's a good place to start. I mean, with getting some sleep. But yeah, fingers crossed that comes for you. Who knows? Maybe my gameplay and the sound of my voice will just send you right to sleep. we can but hope. We can but hope. So what are we doing now? We have got summer wheat. It's only the lack of sunshine. The weeds are growing. That's fine. So canola's looking happy. The apples are looking happy. So let's speed up. Speedy speeds. I am rather cathartic. I try my best. I'm not one of these overly dramatic gamers that uses particular words every other word just for effect. I try and enjoy the games, and that's really about as complex as it gets. So. Because ultimately, if you're not trying to enjoy the games, what are you doing? What are you doing playing them? So, there we go. Okay. Ultimately, I'd love to buy this field, but that's 1.4 million. So, I'm thinking we might actually make more money if we were to kind of pass all these fields over to pasture land and do animals almost exclusively, because I don't know what the cows would be like. But then I think we'd then be cutting ourselves out of all these beautiful animations of the tractors and the workers doing the fields. So, which I'm really enjoying. So mixed blessings, mixed blessings. So let's check our fields again through. That's up to 5%. Generally try and get the weeds before they hit 10%. Oh no, that one's not... we don't need to worry about that one because it's not planted yet, so cultivation will take care of it. So, there we go. Bom, bom, bom. So we've got about another 15-ish minutes left of the stream. We're going to try and get at least to the end of the growing season, if not to the end of the year. Sometimes we manage it, sometimes we don't. Okay, so we're planting that now. Okay, we've now got zucchinis planted. And they are gonna do great. Some nitrogen there. Need some nitrogen there. Okay. Do. Okay, so keep keeping an eye. We are the field whisperers. We whisper to the fields, grow, grow. It will all be okay. Yes, sometimes we sing to the fields, so just as a special treat for everyone, we're going to sing to the fields now.
Many years ago, on a field not
You're welcome, Badger.
Hitman and Fadman started to farm and play. Beware the red tractor, it surely will become a Derpalopagus factor, bouncing right up to the sun. Up and down the field we go,
Badger's dancing.
sowing seeds with love, we watch them grow. Up and down the field we go, where the crazy innocent will never know. As the years fly by, farming does go on, witnessing forks of justice. Some friends have been and gone, enjoying the time as if it were a crime. The clock ticks on, but the fun dies by. Up and down the field we go, sowing seeds with love, we watch them grow. Up and down the field we go, where the crazy innocent will never know. As the years fly by, the farming does go on, witnessing forks of justice. Some friends have been and gone, enjoying the time as if it were a crime. The clock ticks on, but the fun dies by. Up and down the field we go, sowing seeds with love, we watch them grow. Up and down the field we go, where the crazy innocent will never know. And down, sown with love, we watch them grow. And down the field we go, sowing seeds with love, we watch them grow. Up and down the field we go, where the crazy innocent will never know.
And if you weren't chair dancing to that, I don't know what you were doing. I really don't. I've got nothing to say. So there we go. I do love that song. AI may not be the greatest for everything, but yeah, you get some generative kind of creative stuff that can be really cool. Because I have no musical talent whatsoever. So, as evidenced by the amount of people that switch off from the stream when I sing. So yeah, so here we go. Let's do that one. Looks like that one's good. Some as well. Get that one. Oh, no. Yes, we will still do, even though it's raining. The rain does not fix everything. Do. So how are we doing? Zucchinis are growing nicely. Apples are also growing nicely. Canola is doing well. Everything's pretty much doing well. Obviously, the wheat, we knew we were going to be struggling against the odds there. Well, not against the odds, just against the sunshine. So, which is fine. So we're going to try and see, where are we? Yeah, we've got 10 more minutes, so we're going to kind of see if we can get to the end of the growing seasons. Okay, so we want some, we'll whack some more NPK on there. That one's done in a minute. That irrigated. I dread to think what it would be like when you've got all of the fields, or you got, like, say 20 fields. I dread to think how much it would be. I think probably a feature that I'll have to add in the future is just to kind of automatically fertilize or automatically irrigate, or purchase a fixed irrigation system for fields. I can see some updates probably being needed like that. Again, still early on, but and yeah, there's it's fun, it's entertaining. So doodly do. You can see the different fields around changing. I don't think they get worked, but they do all have different states and things on them, so makes life interesting. So let's just scan through before we speed up again. Oops. So we get some more nitrogen there, please. Okay, let's have a check through. Getting close on a few fields. Needs some irrigation. Some wheats. Excellent. So, overall, crops are doing well. And we're obviously moving a lot faster than I have through the last few years because we're getting a little bit more comfortable. Managing through the crops, and again, we're just focusing on the kind of health bars of the crops to get through. Nearly there for the canola. So canola harvest is coming in. I thought we'd assigned 2 people to harvest. Let's have a look. No, apparently not. Either that or it didn't update. Maybe I'd missed it. Who knows? Who knows? It doesn't. It matters not. Yeah, we'll probably put ryegrass on afterwards, because that's what we do around here. Oh, we won't worry about the weeds for now. So let's go. So that's the first major harvest of the year. We've had a couple of lettuce crops. Oh, we didn't sell the other lettuces. Another 40,000 of lettuce. Yeah. We're making money. It's so funny. There you go. There we go with the singing. Like I said, no musical talent whatsoever. Okay. Boop. Get some phosphorus on there. Do-do-do-do-do. Let's get zoomy zooms. Zoomy zooms. Apples are nearly ready. Wheat's nearly ready. Okay, so that field's done. How much canola did we get? We got just under 8.4 tons of canola. So let's go sell that for 33,500 squidoodles. Yeah. The money comes in. And the money goes out. There's nothing left for us but to shout. Let's get the apples in, because the apples should give us a good amount of money too. They are a profitable crop. On these fields for the zucchini, because we want good amounts there. So we're gonna get down to about, yeah, gonna be 4 point something tons, which is about where I was hoping we'd be for the wheat. So we're harvesting apples. Let's get them done. Zucchini's growing. Okay, so we're now harvesting the summer wheat as well. Let's sell the apples. 1 ton for 18,000. Thank you very much. Don't mind if we do. You can see we've already at nearly 3 tons of wool from the sheep. So happy with that. So like I said, if we get... Yeah. We're going to have the zucchini harvests coming in. Be able to complete our contract and hopefully a bit more. So we're going to plant ryegrass there. Thank you. Harvesting zucchini and wheat right now. So we should be in a position. We probably won't make the end of the year, but we'll get through the growing the harvest season. So we'll know what we've made from our primary crops. And we should have our contract finished. Which will be most beneficial. Obviously the wheat is going to just go into storage for the chickens. And it's just going to double our storage back up again. So that's good. We started with about 10 tons 3-4 years ago when we started the chickens. So we've just topped it back up, which is good. So now zucchini harvest going. Now we've got plenty of zucchini to finish our contract. And we've still got some to sell. 7,500. Lovely. More space needed for zucchini. What else have we got going on? It's taking up the space. Don't think the wool does. Okay. I think that might have just been at this point that we sold zucchini. Okay, that's fine. Soon find out. That's one of the reasons that we've been selling stuff relatively close to time. Let's just go in and have a quick check. So that is the zucchini warehouse. The ryegrass is in there as well. Let's just sell a little bit of ryegrass. Sell like 400. That should hopefully do it. You can also buy another one of these warehouses actually. Ventilated warehouse. Let's have another one for 20 grand. Or should we have a medium one? for 95. No, let's stick with what we've got. There we go. So we've now got that capacity as well. Excellent. So we should no longer have a problem with that. So we've got ryegrass. This one needs to be ryegrass as well. Okay. Yeah, apparently that did confirm. I didn't hear it confirm, but there we go. Never mind, so we've now got the zucchini, the rest of the zucchini in. Ryegrass on there. Which is just our turnaround crop. So I'm going to sell the zucchini. Another 30,000. We're back up to over 500,000. And we've already got 150,000 squidoodles worth of wool, which we'll sell at the end of the year. Should hopefully be to 200,000 by the time we get there. So, there we go. I think that's about it for now. So we're gonna let's just go to the end of September quickly. So we round it off at the end of a month for no reason whatsoever. There we go. Excellent. So that's where we're going to save for now. And I'm going to say thank you very much to everybody. So thank you to Brew, Badger, Luigi, Big Trucker, Diamondback, and of course Badger, if I didn't already say, and Sportage for keeping me company in chat. It's always very much appreciated. Thank you, Big Trucker, for the gift subscription to Brew and the bits from the Soundlets. Very, very much appreciated. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day or night, or if you're going to sleep, I hope you sleep well. And I will be back later on today, my time, about 6 o'clock-ish UK time, with Transport Fever, and we're going to be going achievement hunting. So if that tickles your fancy, then hop on back for that. And if not, I will see you all next time. I'm going to have a look to see if there's someone raidable on Twitch, but it's a different time of day for me, so I'm not sure there's anyone. There's no one on my following list that is currently streaming. So I'm going to bid you all a wonderful day, night, sleep. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be back later on